In 2004, my family moved from Orlando, Florida to Lakeland. Orlando's population was booming and everything would soon be changing. At least that's what I was told. But for me, Lakeland was the biggest change I could imagine. I was picking up and dropping hobbies left and right in search of an identity, community, or creative outlet. And one week my guitar teacher said I should try out for the student band at church. Guitar was my only consistent hobby, so I went for it, unaware of the world I would fall in love with behind the curtain of service production. I sat in the front of house preparing lyric slides for service one day, and I realized I could make videos that are way better than these cheesy videos the church is getting. I created a little project for the student ministry, and they loved it and offered me a part-time paid video internship. After making 3 or 4 videos, I was hooked, and videography took over my life. All I wanted to do was one day make videos for the main church service. After years of chasing that dream, a short documentary I made about a trip to Budapest, Hungary was so well received that I was offered a job as a video producer for the church. The next year was a blur. Bigger projects, large events, growing as a filmmaker, making friends, meeting and marrying my wife, Samantha. I had the world in the palm of my hand, but the future wasn't quite what I expected. Our church suffered a catastrophic financial event and brought in a team of businessmen to help clean things up. The first to go was the entire creative team. I lost my job, my opportunity to create videos, my financial stability, and so many of my friends, as much of the community that I loved began to associate me with the financial fallout of the place that they loved so much. Nothing was the same, but then I heard from a friend pastoring a church in Budapest. They were planting a second location and needed a photographer and videographer to help get some things going. My wife and I got super excited, and we began vlogging to try to help raise donations to pay our way. After making 3 or 4 vlogs, I was hooked again. My love for video was reawakened, and we were actually receiving some donations. After completing our fundraising, my wife Samantha and I had the most incredible 3 months of our lives in Budapest. We grew so much, but even this time eventually came to an end. After tearful goodbyes and 2 full days of travel, we took a confused, defeated step back onto Florida soil, clueless about the future. We enjoyed making content so much and we grew so much in a new place. So why not do that again? We packed what would fit in our car, we sold the rest, and we moved to our dream place, Washington State, to pursue content creation and freelance work. But the future wasn't quite what I expected. Drumming up business in a new city turned out to be way tougher than we imagined, and to keep things going, I ended my pursuit of freelance videography and accepted a job as the video director for a local church. I felt all of the support and encouragement from that awesome family we made at that church, pushing me towards something new and unknown at the time. Until one day I was working on my favorite project to date, standing in one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, when all at once that mystery revealed itself to me. That what I once viewed as the most consistent hobby in my life, a way to coast until I find a real career, was a real career to so many. So why could I not view it that way? Did I not respect the craft? Did I think that I was too good for it? No, all of my heroes were filmmakers and I was obsessed with making videos. So this led me to the obvious problem that I didn't respect myself enough. But instead of letting that discourage me, I decided it was time to change it, to go all in with filmmaking as my career. And I remember at college I toured with my brother when he was looking into video game design, and I remember the film department they had. So I did a little bit of research, and I spoke with my wife, and then we did a ton of research, and both decided that Full Sail University was the next step for us, and for my career. But we decided we would do it in the next year or 2, sometime before we planned to have kids. Fast forward 10 months from that, and I got the chance to meet the most incredible person I've met, my son. His very unexpected arrival during a worldwide pandemic said one thing to Samantha and I, that it is now or it is never. So we packed our car again, sold the rest of our stuff again, and made the drive back to Florida. This time, when I stepped on Florida soil, it felt different. Like I had a purpose. I have a career, not a hobby, that I'm taking very seriously, and it feels so good. This is my dream and the culmination of dreams and fears that I've held on to for a very long time. The most challenging and empowering part of this process has been accepting my identity as a filmmaker, finding the respect that I deserve for myself, to aspire that one day my heroes could actually be my peers, and that I could become a hero to someone else in the same way. My name is Johnny B, and I am a filmmaker.